Okay, hello, and we're back for Vinland Saga, episode 22. This is a pretty, killer episode, if I do say. Just like all of them, honestly. I really liked it. It was kind of slow, but, we get to the point of it, during the end half of the episode. I was a little worried that this episode would, not encompass the talk between, Thorfinn and Canute. But finally, our clash of ideals are finally, happening, which is a good thing. I thought the whole episode might have been just like Thorfinn getting punched to death, but no. So here we go. Let's just start it. Beginning from last episode, obviously we know Thorfinn's doing the new 100 punch challenge. This should honestly be every YouTuber's or TikToker's dream. Just like do this challenge, all of you, please. Every influencer, just like I don't know, get hit by like a gorilla 100 times and put that online for everyone's enjoyment. I beg you. I want everyone to do that. Anyway, Thorfinn is taking these hits like a champ. All right, he's just not really phased at all by Dort's here's strength. Doesn't matter though. We understand why, or no one realizes, but Wolf here. Right before he's getting punched, Thorfinn is doing this like super dodge technique, the boxer way, slipping with the punches and using his whole body to just distribute that damage all over his, entire body. Therefore, he'll take less and less damage each time, so he can, survive this ordeal. Quite impressive on Thorfinn's front. Very good. He's finally like getting like damage though. You can see it in his face. He's getting a bloody nose. Everything's getting fucked up. Okay. Before that though, before he gets really fucked up, Thorfinn's like talking to himself, thinking like, "This is the way I have to do this. This is the only way." It's sort of strange how Thorfinn would like come to this conclusion. This is his way of fighting, literally taking all the blows onto himself, the burden, essentially, of war. To try and stop it and try to stop people from really getting hurt. This is when Olmar and Snake finally like come up and they're like, what's happening? Why are they fighting? What's going on? Thorfinn takes a huge hit here in the distraction of seeing Snake and Olmar, and it kind of just like knocks him out a bit. Actually, it's a little bit crazy, which is it's okay. Thorfinn can handle it later. So around 32 punches, he gets a Dort finally gets like a big hit on him. It's when Snake and Einar are like, "What are you guys doing? I thought you guys left the farm. Why are you guys here?" Einar explains the whole situation to them. He's like, "Yeah, we have this. Thorfinn has a promise right now. He has a bet going on. We have to do this bet. His bet is to take all these punches, and then we're gonna go meet the king. We're gonna go talk to him. We're gonna parlay with him." And Omar and Snake are like, "You don't have to do this anymore. We're here. We're surrendering. All right, Thorfinn. This is where Thorfinn's ideals are. I think you all know. I disagree. I disagree with some of them. I understand what Thorfinn's going for, but it's his ideals are extremely risky. But it's just the way he wants to live now, the way of pacifism, right? Talk first, as and then never fight. Even if murderers are killing you, never fight. You're right, because we have no enemies. Of course we don't. So that's what Thorfinn, goes to talk about Snake. Snake, he's like, Snake, have you literally, earnestly, honestly tried to just, have a conversation without putting up your swords? Because enemies came with swords, you came back at them with swords. Why didn't you just talk with them, right? And, it's super fucking dangerous. Luckily, that might have worked in this situation with, Canute. However, Canute literally, like, even if you talked with Canute, because what Canute wants is literally the entire land here for himself. And so you have all these people you got to take care of that, don't want to lose their land. Why, Canute is literally like a robber, and Thorfinn's way is just letting the robber take your shit, and then, like, there's no, you're not allowed to defend yourself in like Thorfinn's view. His way of defending yourself is to literally die for everybody else, which is fucking, kind of crazy. What if you can't? What if you're up against someone who's not reasonable, and you can't create an amicable situation for all the parties around, right? Then obviously you're gonna have to fight because that's just the way it is. Because you're dealing with, idiot, emotional people. You know, credit to Thorfinn though. Yes, Snake and Keto did not put the effort in to have a actual conversation with Canute. They didn't like break this down. The problem though started way before that. Anyway, it was all Canute's doing. So it was never gonna happen anyway. It's just I understand the things that Thorfinn wants to do. It's just in a lot of circumstances or situations that are gonna be fighting is literally the only option, especially when a whole army is coming at you, ready to fucking kill you. Like, what else can you do? Like, talking doesn't seem that reasonable, though. I understand his situation, so he's giving them the goods to them, and they're about all the Viking people are about ready to like, all right, get their money and just kill Thorfinn. But he comes up. He's like, all right, what are you guys doing? You have 68 more punches. Let's get this over with. I'm not leaving till I see Canute. And Snake's like, stop it. This battle's over. And it's like, no, this is the answers he's chosen. Let's just go along through it. And now, as day is breaking, dusk is coming up upon us. It's been 100 punches later. And everyone looking in amazement of the sheer tenacity. We'll give it to Thorfinn, even though I may not agree with his ideals. He is very commendable in his conviction to just go through this, and he takes it. He's taking all these punches, seemingly with we're about to see his face, and how disfigured it is. All the warriors here understand now that Thorfinn is not a man to mess around with. And they look at his face. God damn it, Thorfinn. So swollen. His eye is shut. His nose is black and blue or red or whatever the fuck. His face is disfigured. He should be dead after this, by all accounts. His fever is going to be tremendous. Think of the headache. It's going to be ridiculously bad. The concussions this man is, received this day will never really return to normal, right? Anyway, the point is every warrior here now commands and respects Thorfinn as a warrior who has just for this fight, surviving these punches from this big burly man. And so they talk to the captain, Wolf. He's like, yes, this man is the son of Thor's. He was a member of the king's guard. He is worthy. Let him pass. Let him do it. And Wolf comes up to him. He commends him. He asks him, though, why didn't you punch back? Well, that's super, easy. Obviously, I didn't punch back. This is a peace negotiation. You can't go around just punching people. And credit to Thorfinn. Yeah, he came here for peace. Why would he punch everyone here? That'd be kind of stupid. Wolf points out that if you did that, you would have shown your skills, and everyone here would have, realized that you were a warrior of worth if you defeated Dort here, because he's a seasoned. I don't believe he's a Drums Viking. He might be a Thane for Canute. I believe he is a Thane for Canute, but everyone would have respected, what happened. But Thorfinn obviously can't do that. He is a, cuck pacifist now. And we all know this. You can't go around punching people. All of you guys, you're not my enemies. All right, we've met for the first time today, and with his most serious look, we have no enemies. Of course, again, and just showing his conviction, but his new way of life. This again, give credit to Thorfinn because he's been through tons of trauma throughout his existence for revenge. Now trying to find a better way to solve the world's issues, and this is his way of doing it. So far, it's working out for him. I mean, quite dangerous. You could say it's even more risky than him just fighting. Again, because Thorfinn's so OP, he could just defeat everyone here. But that's not what he wants to do. Fighting hate breeds more hate. We know the gist of everything going on. It's quite again, I don't. We know what happens from history though, so it's like, it's 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 just strange to me. Anyway, Thorfinn basically done with the 100 punch challenge. Wolf and everyone here commands him again. He's like, okay, everybody, make way. We're about to meet the king. Thorfinn tells Einar to come with him. Like, I know you have some things you probably want to say to him as well, so come with me. It was like, absolutely, yes, we're gonna team up on canoe. Let's go, boys. Before they actually meet Canute, though, they see the fields of like dead bodies here. This is all these dead bodies are all the people of Keto's farm. It's like, oh wow, how many people actually died? It seemed maybe around 100 of like their workers were like put out of commission, and that's a lot. They only had like a force of 300, so the farm's stance right now is not so great. They're low on manpower to work these fields, and the keto farm is huge, and they needed all these guys. But they also look out for like Thorfinn's like, don't look at them. We don't know where Patir is. Don't if you find him, you'll become too emotional for this talk we're about to have with Canoe, and we don't want that. So it's possible. I still don't even remember. Patir is probably dead. He wasn't that important of a character. He was just he was. I wouldn't even call him like he is a side character, but we didn't get like too much introspection on him. We did get a little bit. We got as much as we needed to, honestly. Just like Potier's this nice guy, former slave, helps all the other slaves, and he's on the farm and he's loyal to Ketel. That's his whole deal. He's possibly dead now, so salute to you, Potier, if you are dead. So very sad. Anyway, this is finally the meeting we've all been waiting for. This like clash of personalities we haven't seen in a long time. We actually get a time frame of just how long it's been before they met. It's been exactly 4 years, or probably around 4 years, which is good. It's nice to get a time frame of how long it took a long time for our characters to like change so drastically, right? 4 years is a long time in retrospect, especially for times like these where things go kind of slowly. In the land of the Vikings, everything happens like really slow. Anyway, King Canute and Thorfinn, they finally meet. It's not as like heartwarming as you think it would, because Canute himself is like super strong in his conviction to just do whatever he wants. We have a little conversation before we get to like the topic of Keto. Like Thorfinn's sorry about giving you the scar. Canute is sorry about turning Thorfinn into slavery, and it's all like bygones be bygones. They're not really here for that. They're here for their discussion here about the farm, and it's quite drastic about what's gonna happen here. We get the title of this episode, Emperor of Rebellion. It's quite crazy here. Anyway, Canute goes around his explanation like, yes, I'm here to basically take over the farm. Everything here is Ketel's fault. He killed my men. Omar killed my men because he couldn't become a thing. So this is what has to happen now. Einar is not fooled by this. He sees into the workings of Knute's mind. It's like, no, no, no. You're just using this as a ploy to like get more money, get more land for yourself, and that's we can't. It's kind of evil what you're doing here. He's like, if you want land, try doing it yourself. Try plowing the fields, sowing the seeds, and then see for yourself what it's like when someone like comes and literally takes your land from you and robs you, right, and kills your family for it. And Einar talks about like his family, how like King Swang killed his family, and the other king killed his other farm. And but Canute's not phased really by this. He's still like I need these things here. He talks about uh they also talk about like Canute being sort of a like gang lord Viking, as like a gang lord in like now in modern times, right? And Canute is like happy about that ideal. He believes that he is. He is king. He is king of the Northern Sea. He's the emperor. I have power beyond understanding to you people. I command thousands of ships, thousands of soldiers. I have the power of the king. And he's in using this power. He's going to stop the waves from from moving. He's going to calm them down with the name of canoe. Doesn't work. It's like a show of this is what's the reality of the situation is that Canute has no real power here on Earth. The one who does have power is God Himself. And my fight is against God Himself to try and create a land here on Earth where, everyone can live in paradise. These are rules. He's trying to fight against the rules of God, right? Because forget that Canute is a Christian. Back from season one, we had the priest that was with him, and then Ragnar was with him. He was raised Christian, so he believed, he does believe in God. He believes that God makes paradise, whatever on Eden, right? And then the earth is a place where all the your test for your ascension basically, and Canute wants to change that. He to abide by God's rules would mean rebelling against Him. Now trying to make Earth itself the paradise and saying fuck heaven basically, which is kind of crazy. So in this deliberation of his grand plan here, he's like, I still need to get this place. I'm going to save all the Vikings. I'm going to save everybody, making peace on Earth. And I'm gonna save the sins of all humanity, basically. It was just fucking nuts. Thinking of, it's the whole using bloodshed to stave off bloodshed, right? Or like Kingdom, right? If you know about Kingdom, unifying all of China. We had the amount of bloodshed that would be told to do that is insane and would be more evil than anything that could be like uh, any peace that could be held after that. But nonetheless, this is the path that Canute has chosen. Very radically different from now the path that Thorfinn's chosen, right? So they're two faces of the same coin coming together now. We know this after all this entire season, this entire setup and build up of this season. It's just finally letting these emotions and ideals clash together in this like final array of the season. Now it won't end here though. I know we're very close to the end here. It's not going to end. Basically, at the end of this, Canute like threatens them. Like, what are you gonna do, Thorfinn? I need this power, and I have to do this. This is what the path I've chosen. Einar doesn't care. Your ideas. I don't care about God. I just know that you've been killing people and robbing people, and that's not right. And Thorfinn understands like all this too. They all understand this, and he's like, no, I still need Ketil. I need his wealth for my project, and that's the thing that's gonna happen. Are you gonna get in my way, Thorfinn? And the next episode, I won't spoil like what happens. We're gonna get into some cool shit. It's gonna be great. Anyway, I really like this episode. That's pretty much the end of it. We finally got our little talk. Finally, at 22 episodes in the end of the season, we're only 2 episodes away from the end now. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, I don't want it to end, but all good things come to an end, guys. Right? So this was a killer episode. The music in this episode pretty great. The fighting animation when Thorfinn's getting like hit to hell here, not bad at all, pretty amazing. And then obviously the final philosophies of our two main characters here clashing after so long. It's brilliantly written. How their parallels throughout the story have been going on, especially through this season. It's amazing. Great writing. I love it all. It's a beautiful episode. And I think I'm done rambling, guys. I can't wait for the next one. I won't spoil anything. It's gonna be great. And I think that's it, guys. All right. I'll see all of you next time. Have a good night and see ya.